Hello there, everyone. It's RCK, and I'm glad to have you back here again for our next episode for our Naba series. Now, I really enjoyed this game. Today, we're going to be going over turn 25, 26, and 27, okay? So, we go ahead. We already have the messages tab here pulled up. We have a lot of site searchers that did not find anything, but we did have one here in that castle that we've already built in this farmland forest here that we do have in, say, Flowering Forest. Of course, we will check that out when we go to the battle map. We did end up attacking here. Who is this? Who is this again? Krieg. This is Krieg that we attacked here in underwater. We'll go ahead and watch that. I couldn't remember the flag for a moment there, but it's not a nation you play with too often. Actually, we found out that Krieg was actually being attacked as well. Not necessarily by Kangovia, but they're being attacked by Pangea, if I'm not mistaken. So we decided to go after a few of their provinces there, mostly due to the fact of them really not being able to fight us well underwater. So we're going to use that to our advantage. We had a famine struck here in Blackwaters. It's kind of the middle part of the lake in between middle A. No, is that EA? I think it's EA, between EA and me. So that is interesting there. And we have another bad side happening in the deep sea this time, the province that we just took actually. Other than that, we have. It looks like we've discovered. So no, we were discovered, as it was discovered and attacked in Naba. So let's see. Of course, we're going to lose this battle, but we do get to see what they have going on here. We do see a Holy One. We've already seen their Blessed before, actually, but in any case, we'll look at it again. Magic weapons, poison resistance, cold resistance, defense skill, reinvig, undying strength, and blood surge. So probably a bit of a pain for Lemuria to fight. Because that is one of the nations fighting Lemuria at the moment. Then we also get attacked here, and we're attacked in Kangovia. Now this is the capital here, his capital, and we'll see what they have. This is just lots of PD, of course, like 25 PD. I assume they caught us. They could have had additional troops patrolling. Not entirely sure. Looking for the bless here. Just blessing. There we go. Morale +1, attack skill, magic weapons, shock, fire resistance, blood surge, and awe. And that is basically going to be put on these guys here. Making them really tough. Do not want to get hit with that glaive. They have some decent resistances, magic weapons, and formation fight, even though they're size 4. So you at least get 2 to a square still, I think. Not entirely sure. And then awe 2. So, and then, I mean, attack density is not too bad because they do have a decently damageable bite here as well, so that's interesting. High attack skill, making attack skill of 17. Usually whatever target they're hitting, they're probably going to hit it. So very interesting there. So we finished construction of rock walls in 2 of the underwater provinces we have. We also got a hero this turn as well in our capital, and Naba gets a couple of these. There's more than one, and they have different. I think there's a fire 2, air 1, there's a air 2, fire 1, and there's one that has all paths. Or I think it might just be random heroes. I think they just have a chance of randoming anything. But there are heroes like this that you do get. Here we see we have another one here. Whereas the other ones that we have actually have black shields compared to the red shields of the heroes. So I guess that's a way you can tell them apart. And I wonder if they just have the same random chance as these right here. Other than that, they are not holy ones. They are sacred, but not holy ones, even though your recruitable is a holy one. As far as the units we're getting Vanguard and Elite Soldiers. We do see a green dragon here from Ulm, which we have seen before. Glad we did not go for that province there. We see these 2 fortresses or they're castles here. They're upgraded forts from Krieg. And we do see Kongobia fighting him a little bit. Actually, I did forget about that. So Kongobia is fighting him a little bit. I can't remember if it was Krieg that attacked him or vice versa. I almost think it's Krieg that attacked him. And from what I heard, Krieg is also fighting in these northern areas up here by Pangea. Now, I don't think it was this. I'm kind of thinking of where they're positioned at. Maybe it wasn't Pan. I don't remember. But from what I heard, I thought Krieg was getting attacked by two opponents. But as of right now, it could possibly just be Kongobia here. So, here we're moving one of our larger forces here to 86, which we still don't know there's a disease here, even though we have definitely seen it. I've been a lot more proactive on the games that I'm currently in on identifying disease provinces and figuring out which one it is, and doing that rather quickly, of course. Because there's another game I'm playing as Naba, and I caught like one scout catching a disease. I looked at his HP, figured out how many turns he's had the disease, and then like, okay, I was like, okay, well, I know it's this province right here, just for example, and we have like for the last 30 turns gone around that province. We made sure we haven't stopped in it, anything, and then I finally do get a death random on an indie. We dark knowledge it, and there's a well of pestilence. So yeah, keep your eye out for them. We do have one of our hermits here producing a dwarven hammer for us. Since we have such a high supply of earth gems at this point, a large stockpile, this is going to help us make our smaller items, either our mage items, any thug items we want to make, lightless lantern, anything like as far as that goes. Of course, for boosters too, but we are starting to make a few dwarven hammers. We are building the palisade one more turn here on the giant palisade in 51. We already have the lab and the temple on this throne. We already have the lab on Nethermark here, the throne beside our cap, and we are building the temple and the palisade up. Those will be completed in 2 turns. Other than that, we don't have the money at the moment to put a throne here in the throne of death, or put a castle here in the throne of death here in 109. Other than that, we are moving around. So a few water site searchers here underwater in our underwater provinces. We have a pretty nice kind of coastal formation. I mean, we've grabbed a lot underwater. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I mean, we have 11 underwater provinces at this point. If I remember correctly, Lemuria, I don't think Lemuria and I have pieced out. But we do see Ulm here actually attacking the nation that's fighting Lemuria, which is quite interesting. Never really want to see that. Wish we had moved a scout over here to really see. But we do see a very, very, not Ulm, this is Ermor. Well, if we see a very, very large force here from Ermor, Hastades, Equites, the Sacred Shroud, Principes, Equites. So yeah, very, very strong force of Sacreds, and of course, Principe style units with their tower shields. Going to be very, very difficult to fight against here. And as far as we know, they're just here. I mean, I would expect they would have raided a little bit more here since they've already cut this off, but they probably are trying to break down the fort here in 1 turn. So yeah, there is that, and we do see them over here too. So I assume that since Pangea was able to get from here to here, oh yeah, I think I already told you Ermor has spawned right here. So I mean, it's not too far out of their way, but kind of a pain that they have to walk around this river here, walk around the bridge, and then go all the way around. There is a road though, so that probably helped them out a lot. Very interesting that he is not helping in the war against Lemuria, because I'm sure they border each other either here. Well, I doubt they border each other here, because if anyone got, I think Pangea is here, Miquelin's here, Ermor's here, Pangea's here. I don't remember who's here. Ulm's like right here. Well, possibly this could all be Ulm's. Honestly, Krieg is here. Don't remember if there's somebody necessarily right here. Kongobia's here. So yeah, not too sure, but there's a good possibility that he is also bordering Lemuria. And honestly, if you're going to take him out, you want to take him out right now. If not, you probably won't be able to take him out later on in the game. because uh, Lemuria isn't quite an Ermor at this. I mean, Lemuria is going to have a lot more research, a lot more ways to be able to combat you, whereas Ermor is just going to deal with. You're just going to have to really focus on sacreds. I mean, sure, people can argue different things, but I mean, I feel like Lemuria is probably a bigger threat than a MA Ermor would be in the game. I don't want you to think I was saying Ermor mentioned are seeming to be these nation or these guys in particular, but yeah. So a lot of interesting things going on here. Lots of wars going on. We already have a nation get killed. Wars here, wars here, and we do see Micklin pushing out. We do see all these Eagle Warriors. This must be a turn or two after he has broken siege at this point and is fighting King Gobia back. So this is quite interesting what we have going on here. And I mean, there is a lot of Eagle Warriors and Jaguar Warriors left here. So, not looking good for Kangovia being in a 2v1. Because it looks like Krieg still has a lot of firepower left here. And these forts, of course. Hellhounds. Can't really see. Cerberus, Flaming Overseers, Ifrit the Chosen. Those are some very powerful mages. Demon Grunts, more Ifrits. Very interesting. And we just have us here in the middle. We also have Pangea, who is doing significant damage here to Jotunheim, just due to the raids and things like that. I almost wonder if Jotunheim should have like tried to stop Pangea here. Now I know Pangea, of course, they can sneak around him and things like that, but like move here, patrol, or maybe something along those lines, like try to hold him at this fort while also having like small groups kind of like raiding. Because I mean, these aren't big parties of White Centaur. I mean, 9 White Centaurs. Um, this is a much larger force here from Pangea. But yeah, it looks like Jotunheim has been, or Jotunheim, not really sure on the pronunciation of that. I mean, I definitely have to look it up by now. Jotunheim, I don't know. I like Jotunheim though. It's probably not it. But yeah, staying in your camp like this, you need to do a little bit of raiding back and forth. I mean, I can see that he really can't really win the raiding war, but I mean, I feel like he can at least try to keep his cap circle. So I don't know. He's got to start somewhere if he's gonna do this. Militia, see sacreds here, giants, long dead, gaudy horse girls, Jotunheim. So he's got a lot of stuff there. So very, very interesting, of course. Um, Other than that, of course, we have a lot of mages moving in and out, building up these fortresses under the water. I mean, they're really not needed, but I just wanted them, I guess. I don't know. Building these forts over here. I mean, of course, now we're starting to reduce more of the crib at this point, so we're really starting to get our research going. 247. I mean, that's not too bad, but you have to think we do have, we are making different things here, but we're trying to get that site searching done here. We're getting it fairly done here in a lot of these provinces, so maybe work on a little bit more in the north or the northern area. Other than that, we are definitely still working. Forging pills of water breathing, and we're forging winged shoes. Um, Definitely could have used these guys better. But we don't really have too many Air 2s at the moment. I don't even know if we have any other than them. It doesn't look like it. Regardless, though, with DE, the pills are a little different, and we'll go ahead and take a look at them. So they were like it's like Air 2 and 10 gems, but you only get like 30 size points, or worth 30 points. And like, I mean, I think Giants is worth, says, I think Giants are worth like 3 or 4 points a piece, and depending on certain things. But yeah, this will take 50 human size units being size 2 units. I mean, with our Giants, of course, we can take like 30 Giants or so. So this is going to be a very, very useful item for us if Lemuria wants to take it to the water, even though we probably aren't the best off. we can fight them a lot better than other people, and denying all this waterway here to them. I mean, 72 gold, 76 gold, 61 gold, 9, 76, 32, 104, 112, or 112 and 98. I mean, that is a lot of income there underwater, and his scales really aren't going to reach that far with all these other nations here around this waterway. With in combination with that, with him fighting him fighting Nuala some, uh, I I don't know if he's fighting anyone else at the moment. I think it was just those two, which I think Nuala might be following out of the war at this point, due to Ermor attacking him. I'm sure there's some kind of deals going on with Ermor and Lemuria. Other than that, I know Alm is still on the Lemuria, kill Lemuria train over here, so Lemuria is fighting, so he is such as less amount of units that he's able to bring and fight us. Possibly could be bringing these. I don't know. Um, Too bad we don't we have underwater scouts yet, but we will be getting some shortly if I remember. So here's one right here, and we'll be using these scouts to kind of go across. I mean, honestly enough, we could make Naban scouts underwater versus underwater scouts, because the underwater ones are a little bit more expensive. They're 25 versus 20. Not sure what the upkeep is, and probably won't check it. But it will just take longer for a scout that's made here to walk bam, 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 all the way over here where it goes. Okay, you make a scout here, 1, 2, 3, 4. You know, so just kind of the way I thought about it. And I know you have all game to get them over there, but at the same time, if one dies due to patrolling or any kind of random thing like that, you have to get another one to kind of replace them. And of course, throughout games, you're always going to be making scouts and stuff to know information, but sometimes you want to know your information faster than sometimes they'll let you, of course. So let's go ahead and go on to turn 26. Not too much to have to be said of rest about that turn. Check sure. Okay, it looks like the OBS is still following me along. It's good to check ever since I had to do, after I did like that hour reporting, just to have to do another hour reporting the same day and get it ready for next. I was like, oh my goodness. Oh. Okay, so we have a few things going on. We received a Thistle Mace from Pangea. Don't remember what I sent them, but I did trade them for a Thistle Mace. Next, we found 2 sites here. We found a stone circle. Now that is a nature site, and we found a smoldering stone. Now that is a fire site. Very nice. We have a battle here in the capital of the giants. So let's see what we have going on. Now we have a black harpy. Now this is a scout from Pangea. Oh, excuse me. I'm very sorry about that. This is a scout from Pangea. Of course, it's flying. Has great map move. Just a great overall scout. I mean, these guys, just the amount of movement that you can get from a scout like this is really great. They're super cheap, and this is just PD. It doesn't look like the Giants will be patrolling. Next, we have a battle here versus Lemuria, versus Lemuria at Flat Glades here. So let's see what we have going on. I know this is on top of one of the forts, I believe. So this is the PD on top of the forts. Has brought a lot. He's brought a lot of these guardians here. Of course, they have their magical weapons. That's going to be his main thing. He's going to be able to fight against Lemuria with, because everything else is non-magical. Blade Wind, things like that would probably be pretty good. I don't know why they're casting Iron Skin first. I mean, it's definitely good giving your mages up to 25 protection, but while your units are waiting here, I bet all these guys are on Guard Commander. But regardless, while your units are waiting here, I'd rather be casting other things like Legions of Steel, Strength of Giants, and Iron Darts. But it's just one PD regardless. But yeah, it does look like all these Guardians and everything else are on Guard Commander. And then you have all these Sappers here in the back. Now, if anyone has never seen a Sapper, They do have a siege bonus and have the little pickaxes there, and they have crossbows. So they have a strength of 15, which is pretty strong. So already, and then they have a 5 siege bonus. Yeah, 5 siege bonus. So of course, uh, whatever their strength or regular siege strength is, which is probably a 2.3 due to their strength being so high. Um, well, actually, it's an enchantment there. It looks like they did get hit by Strength of Giants, and that's what that's coming from. Their basic strength is 11, so normally they have like a 2.3 or a 2.2 siege strength, and then the siege bonus here of 5 is where they're getting the rest of it from. So these guys really make up for a lot of units if you don't actually have them there, because a regular human-sized unit is only going to have the siege strength of like 1.2 or 1. So that's usually how it goes for them. What is it for Cav? Is Cav lower or higher? I don't remember. Definitely higher. My goodness. And I think the siege strength for flying units is also very high. I can't remember exactly what, but I think it's higher than average as far as a human goes. So next we see a battle here from Mictlan and Kangobia. Here outside of Kangobia's Cav circle, with lots and lots of Eagle Warriors, a handful of Jaguar Warriors there. And of course, if we don't remember his bless, is attack skill, magic weapon, precision, shock resistance, poison resistance, fire resistance, defense skill plus 6. That's a lot. Magical resistance plus 1, HP plus 3, strength plus 7, which is also a lot. Dark vision 15, combat speed plus 60%. Oof, these guys. This is a very, very big bless, and you have to really pay for it in your scales, but they're going to do a lot of killing. Very little PD here. Of course, they're going to go very... Okay, yeah. All the birds didn't even get to land before they're all dead. My goodness. Like I said, going to go very, very fast. Here we have a battle here in Bogger World. Province income plus 10, which is very nice. We have a event here in Typhon Sea, which is a misfortune magic event. Okay. Worldwide event. Conjuration rituals are cheaper this month. Might be nice for somebody, but not necessarily nice for us since we're not conjuring anything. So we had another one of our scouts here getting discovered and attacked. So let's see what we have going on here. My goodness, this looks like Pan's army. I feel like I sent this message to Jotunheim just to kind of be a friendly neighbor. I showed him the report, showed him what he had here, just so he'd know if he didn't already know what he could be a little prepared, or so he could be a little prepared for it. But I highly doubt that this army here would be able to siege down his capital with everything in it. Possibly, but I don't think so. It might take a while. Minotaurs have high strength, yeah, 2.6 on the siege strength. But you never know. 1.7. They have a pretty good siege strength here, but I don't know if these units are enough for everything they have. But you have to think at the same time, those long dead skeleton style units, they have like 0.1 siege defense, so he might be able to not last as long as we think. Caught some brigands. So here we do see a very, very large force from Lemuria. At this point, we're moving this Knight of the Deeps over here to help defend. Other than that, we're starting to pull our units together, and we see a shit ton of diseases here all of a sudden, which of course I've already spoke to you about it, and we have it all over we have units in a lot of these mages here, so we're moving everything off. I assume this is when I noticed it here. And we do give this Malika here the pills of water breathing. Not entirely sure on how many, so let's see. Remove unable units. So this is about how many that she'll be able to bring. Not too bad, because these guys will be the ones with magic weapons. Making an additional Thistle Mace now that we have one. Great swords of sharpness, black steel plate. We're site searching here just to see if we have any earth sites. Working on getting these throne site searched and built up. We're also claiming the throne of Gaia this turn. We're making a few rings of water breathing so we're able to use these mukribs here in underwater combat, of course. Have probably more than likely having very, very small communions, and then a couple of masters, probably going up to, I mean, they'll all be pushed up to Holy Threes, any masters under 2 slaves. If we decide to go 4, they go up to Holy 4, but that'd be a lot of mages committed underwater. But I mean, if we get 3 or 4 Holy 3 down there, I mean, that's a lot if they're just bringing chaff and 1 lemur here. But yeah, lemurs are rather expensive. Those are what, 50 gems, I think, to make. So, yeah. And if it comes down to it, at this point, I knew that if Lemuria was coming over here and taking the forts, the 2 forts that I built underwater, I will delete them if he got that far. I'll delete them. Just because I knew once he had them, I wouldn't be able to get him out of them. So if it does come down to that, I figured I'd let you know my thought process of it. Next, we are sneaking units over here to 32. I believe, let's see, we have enchantment 4. We do have cloud trapeze, and what we're doing with cloud trapeze is cloud trapezing units from 32 into this lake here. I know it's a little risky because they won't have a retreat path. I don't know if we sneak them or if we just cloud trapeze them in, but definitely trying to hurt him in multiple areas in this little fight while he's also having to worry about Olm here possibly starting to take forts. This is LN and Tibigu over here is also fighting him as well. So he was in a 3v1. We joined in. It caused it to be a 4v1. So yeah, I feel like he has a lot more worries than us fighting him in the water. Also trying to pull some more units together, making more pills where we have more units go. Sending this mage here out to start site searching. And that's all that we have going on for the moment. Where we use that hammer somewhere, not sure where we sent it to. Our gem income's looking very nice. Fire gems at 5, air gems at 2. Okay, that part's not so nice. But everything else we're searching for, we can seem to find. Water gems plus 9. We found 8 water gems, 8 extra water gems since the start of the game. Earth gems are up to 6. Astral's at 3. We haven't really searched for astral yet. And then the nature gems at 3, in which case we're only searching for nature 1s at the moment. Getting those to the swimaces to search for 2s. But you have to think we started from nowhere, so this is very, very nice to have here. I really wish we would have had a lot more we would have found a lot more air gems by now, but it's just not happening for us. So we will continue trying, of course. And then, of course, our death gem income, of course, is at 0 right now. But due to us having the Throne of Gaia and the Throne of Death, they cancel each other out. So our Nature Gem income will go up to 5, and our Death Gem income will go from 0 to 5. So that's going to be really, really great for us. And that's all I have for turn 27 here. We're moving this group over here to 51, possibly putting them in the water as well. Not sure yet. Not sure yet. So, 27, here we come. Continue on game. Alrighty. So from the looks of it, we found 4 magic sites this turn. That is really, really great for us here. We found Earthblood Seepage and Enchanted Windmill. I don't exactly remember. I know one's Earth. I know one's air. I don't know if they're both 2s or not. We'll look. That one's a 2, so my what I thought was correct, and that was just a 1, but it had a additional effect to it. Interesting. And let's see what the other one is. Earthblood Seepage and a Mud Field. So this is 3 more Earth Gems per turn here. There's the 2, there's the 1. So our Earth Gem income is up to 11. We just went from 6 to 11 in 1 turn. That is amazing. That is definitely going to help us out with making those hammers. Got very, very lucky on that. So we have a battle here with Lemuria. Let's go ahead and watch that. So they have 2 Grand Lemurs they've sent in. Air 1, Astral 2, Death 3, Holy 3, then Astral 2, Death 4. Of course, they have Immortality. They also have a Chill Aura. And what we have here are the Kalulus and the Knight of the Deeps that we got from an event. So let's go ahead and watch this battle. Horde of Skeletons, so they're enchantment 5. Kalulus being able to fight the skeleton some. They're going to change to Raise Dead. They're casting Frighten now. And we killed both of them. All that's left that hasn't ran away is the Knight of the Deeps and the Kalulu Commander, taking care of 100 gems worth of mages there. How awesome. So, of course, in a few turns, they do get those mages back. If we look here, in 3 months, but that is taking them off of 100 def gems for 3 months. That is pretty devastating at this point, being in a 3v1 or a 4v1 still. How awesome is that? Expected for them to bring more in. So we see a battle here with Lemuria versus Ulm at the Flat Glades. Large force of chaff here. We do see a Lemur console here and a Centurion in the back, but the Centurion has been made into a Prophet. We also see a Grand Lemur here too, and a Shadow Tribune. And of course, Ulm's same formation that they have going on here. Lots of arrows coming in. Not arrows, but spears, javelins. Ooh, these guys are freezing. Ulm starting to route. We see Lemuria routing some as well there. We see a few mages getting caught there in the back as the Guardians are trying their best to get out. Ooh, but I don't think that one's going to get out though. Nope. Very, very unfortunate there. So let's see what exactly was lost. So 3 Black Lords, 1 Black Priest, 4 Priests of Ulm, and 23 Guardians. Now, Guardians can only be made out of the capital, so keep that in mind. But they killed 39 Velites, 103 Hastades, and, well, it looks like Lemuria has captured a Priestsmith. Very interesting. So next we see a battle here in Kangobia. Now this is Mictlan, the force Mictlan had of Eagle Warriors and Jaguar Tribe Warrior, or no, it's not Jaguar Tribe, just Jaguar Warriors, fighting here on the top of Kangobia here. They have decided not to patrol, so this will probably be a very quick battle. But yeah, this is just PD in Kangobia. They were definitely patrolling when they caught our scout. They were definitely patrolling. This is going to go fast. This guy's going to disappear, and they're going to rout, and they're all going to die. So many damage markers going up. My goodness. Yeah, very, very fast battle. They did lose 7 Eagle Warriors. I mean, probably just due to the fact of how weak Eagle Warriors actually are and how fragile they are. But it's okay. They're really, really cheap, though. Unexpected hit, Dominion +4, Order +1. That's pretty good. So we have good Dominion minus event here. Now this is in that throne. Should be replaced rather soon. Growth +1 for the Gaia. Well, Barbs did attack Pangea here, still dealing a little bit of damage to them as they fight Jotunheim. We do buy the Pale ones as well. So we bought the Pale ones here at 70. We're going to use them to try to take 67. We do see this going on here. Not sure how long the fort actually lasts. We need to see if we can take these provinces here, of course. We're site searching here in 32 at the moment. We still see a lot of these ghost units here in 101. And now we are moving back with the Knight of the Deep, since he is such a great unit for us. We figured we might as well try to keep him safe a little bit longer. Other than that, we are building a fort here on the throne, throne of death. And we're also moving equipped up mages just to fight consuls or centurions, while also having mage support a little bit. I mean, we have a lot of units. I'm not a fan of taking the camel riders in there, but I mean, they do have 17 damage scimitars, so if they get into combat, it won't be that bad, but it's not going to be great, especially against ethereal units. We're just mobilizing as much as we can at this point, hopefully scaring him off, because he doesn't really want to fight more. But looks like they left here. I wonder if that was just a raid. We do see Ohm on this fort as well. Ohm still haven't not taking this calf back here. But yeah, we are definitely heading out into the water. We have a couple of rings. As of right now, we just have enough for a small communion to boost one up to holy level 3 for different casting. Of course, divine blessing to get all the guard blessed up. So that is the main reason for him. And then after that is still a holy 3 that can fight ghost. So that's going to be very, very good. As far as what's going on in our capital, forging more pills. We moved all of the diseased units here into the capital, unfortunately. We're making more dwarven hammers, building up forts here in 80. Should be sending you off somewhere to site search. Don't know why I have you set to research. Not unless we're supposed to hit a certain target here. Conjuration 3. No, not really. Really mixed up. Not really sure what we want to do here as far as research. Searching for Nature 2. Searching Nature 1 back here in 98. Probably have to hit that later for Nature 2. We do have a Thistle Mace in the bank here. But of course, this mage was not in a lab at the time to put him on. So we just keep sending him site searching. Now we're searching here for Fire 2. Sending the Earth 2 over here to site search 51. We should be having a Mage of Winter coming out next turn. So it's going to be very, very good. Not only will we have searchers for death, but we'll also have higher water searching as far as it goes from province to province. So definitely need to start getting those guys out and get them searching. And it'll be very, very good. More rings of water breathing to send more of the Mucribs in, just in case if they are needed. Searching over here in 56. Have a decent amount of units over here in 13, depending on if we need to not necessarily help the giants, but grab any land. But at this point, everything's pretty much taken. So, unfortunately, we are hiding so they don't actually know that they're there. But we do have 51 camel riders there on the border, if need be. Probably wouldn't be too great against white centaurs, but against chaff, maenads, things like that, we do fairly well against. And I mean, that's really all for this turn, guys. Not too much going on. We already looked at the battles. Kind of a short episode here. Went ahead and got our 3 turns done. Hope you enjoyed. I mean, still not that short, 38, 39 minutes. Hope you enjoyed. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one, guys. Bye.